I'm going to reveal how the March Disneybound challenge changed my life, and then I'm going to tell you how it's going to change yours. First things first, what is the March Disneybound challenge? Disneybounding is a way to dress like a character using items from your closet or your local mall. The founder, Leslie Kay, came up with this concept and started a challenge in March to post prompts on Instagram daily. If you're a person who likes being creative, you have tons of ideas, but you want to narrow down, focus, and plan, then this challenge is for you. It showcases calendar planning at its best. These prompts are posted about 2 months in advance, giving the community plenty of time to prepare. And speaking of community, it brings so many founders together. Everybody's interacting with each other's posts and sharing them. On a personal level, the content that I post throughout this challenge tends to be the best performing content for me out of the entire year. This is such a big event that I've seen my favorite creators completely adjust their regular scheduled content. Film tips for their community, discuss the behind the scenes filming process, and highlight their organization skills. I'm including their Instagram handles below, as well as links to their reels that I found helpful when preparing for this challenge. When it comes to Disneybound challenge benefits, they are huge. I want to drive home the concept that content is created daily for the entire month where little to no money is spent. I am constantly pulling ideas from my head. Now, disclaimer, I have built quite the closet from bounding over several years and multiple dance costumes. But the skill here is knowing and growing confidence that everything you could possibly need, you have it right at your fingertips. The challenge is in getting your brain to make those connections quickly. What I have discovered is that this has an overflow into my other skills, starting with visual apparent ones like managing my closet in terms of being resourceful and also managing my budget. Digital skills and making captivating photo and reel edits, and writing, coming up with fun, engaging captions. And I never expected this to happen as a Disneybound outcome. I received so many donations from clothing and accessories. Thank you, by the way, just to see what kind of content I come up with, that I've recently got a PO box just for this. Now more onto a mental level. My social skills have grown exponentially. Starting with the online community, I've been better at making engaging comments, and I've even gotten pretty good at puns. As for in-person skills, my small talk has improved. Thank goodness, now I know what in the world Camp Half-Blood is, when the Oscars are taking place, and what cottagecore style is. Did I pronounce that correctly? Cottagecore. I've also become a better creator. Here's my favorite example. I actually don't mind prompts being repeated or being similar. When I compare similar prompts together, look at this turning red photo in comparison to today's reel. This is about the time when I had started my account from scratch at 0 followers to where I am now 2 years later to having a little over 3,000 followers, and I'm experimenting with things like transition reels and visual effects. Now let's look at benefits that can impact you. Now, if you take the metaphor of your closet being your brain and you're pulling from this daily, you'll be amazed at how eventually you'll be able to make quicker connections. Everyday examples that can relate to you are my boyfriend asks me where we're going for dinner, and I'm thinking of 5 examples on the fly. Or let's say you have an interview and you don't want to be stumped on a surprise question. Disneybounding for me has had a great effect on impulse thinking. Don't be surprised if you get better at planning ahead, recognizing patterns, especially color matching, and predicting trends. Now that we've gone through the creative part, I'm taking you through a deep dive on March 2024's prompts. I actually scrolled through all of the 5,000 plus posts on the Disneybound account to find when the earliest Disneybound challenge started, and that was in 2017. Wow, since 2017, prompts have changed. They used to be 1 page, now they're 4, and they have become more contextual. Let me tell you what I mean by that. I noticed earlier challenges had random prompts like Mulan, princesses, sidekick characters, and now they're more relevant to the world around us. Some examples are Lunar New Year Zodiac with Year the Dragon, Disney Channel Night, Taylor Swift, First Day of Spring, Luca's theater release, and French Language Day. Do you like Easter eggs? Because I just discovered a ton of them. I found out that the Disneybound cleverly hid contextual days, starting with National Dress Day on March 6th, labeled as Minnie's Many Looks, National Puppy Day labeled as Disney Dogs on March 23rd, and Respect Your Cat Day labeled as Disney Cats for March 28th. I have to say I love prompts that are contextual because it opens content up to a much larger audience. Since my superpower is being laser detailed, I'm doing a deep review on the 2024 prompts. The Disneybound and Follow the Yellow Brick Girl did a great job of predicting prompts in January for March. If I had a crystal ball, I would have told them, let's move the Taylor Swift prompt from March 8th to March 14th or 15th when it streams on Disney+, or maybe March 22nd to be feeling 22. I also would have moved Mermaid and Pirates prompt from March 15th to March 29th because of International Mermaid Day. More on that later. Speaking of Taylor Swift mashups, I love when we bring in pop culture references like last year's Stranger Things. This year I would have brought in Bridgerton because of season 3 being so trendy. I'm also going to be super controversial and suggest we switch the March Disneybound challenge to another month. 1, it's inevitable we're going to be seeing the same reoccurring themes like Women's Day, First Day of Spring, Easter, and St. Patrick's Day. 2, my vote is August. I always get stuck with August. There are just not as many premieres or festivals or anniversaries. And congrats for getting this far into my video. We're on to my grand finale. I have looked into the future and done the Disneybound work for them. Here are my recommendations for the March Disneybound Challenge of 2025. It's either March 2nd or 3rd, that is Adventureland Day. March 7th is National Dress in Blue Day. I'm thinking Cinderella, Jasmine, Elsa, Wendy, live action Ariel. March 14th, 3/14 is that famous Pie Day. There's gooseberry pie that makes me think of Snow White, or cherry pie for Cherry Tree Lane, Mary Poppins. March 15th, Shoe the World Day for fab characters who wear yellow shoes. March 16th, Curly Hair Day, thinking Mia, Princess Diaries, Merida, Mirabelle. Wow, it's a lot of N's. March 21st, National Flower Day, bound like your favorite flower and garden topiary. March 22nd, National Goof Off Day, bound like Goofy. March 23rd, World Bear Day, especially with the country bears being very trendy. March 27th, World Theater Day, think Disney Broadway. And March 29th, bringing it back to International Mermaid Day. Now I do have 2 rule breaker suggestions, March 2nd, Dr. Seuss birthday, and March 9th, Barbie Day. Wow, we just skipped through multiple months and planned a whole year ahead. If you like this process, I have the perfect video for you. I have dug deep into this year's past February. I want you to watch it because it's never too late to plan the next February. I'm giving you the perfect example of the importance of planting the planning seed early. Did you notice that this year started off full-on dragon spirit because of Lunar New Year? Don't you want to know what the theme is next year? Don't you want to get a head start? Also, I just gave you a clue with my hissing. P.S. I think House Slytherin is going to be very excited too, and I hope to see you in more calendar planning videos.